Hey everyone, this is Chet Mortensen 92, and I'm doing a review for the Hi-Tec V-Lite canister stove, backpacking stove. And I just had it on a second ago, so it's still a little warm. But this is actually, I'm doing this review because I haven't seen anything online about this stove besides the actual ad on Big Five website. Literally, I have seen no traffic, no buzz about this thing online at all. I just bought it 2 days ago. It's gone through one camping trip so far. And I'm doing the review because there's no reviews online for it, so this will be the first review. I'm doing this because this is actually, I was going to get the Snow Peak Gigapower stove, and I was dead set on that, but this one is $15 cheaper, comes with a canister of gas, of isobutane. So you're basically paying $30 for the stove, and the gas is about $5 by itself. So if you add that, total of about $35 for the whole combination. So it's basically a $30 stove. Now, Snow Peak, I don't want to go against Snow Peak Gigapower because I'm sure I will buy one of those eventually, and I like them. But just at this point, I decided to opt for the more inexpensive option. And I only did that because this is like just as powerful almost. From what I've seen, I have not done an actual review with both stoves in my hand to where I can actually look at it, time it, and keep an eye on both of them, and do a full-on field test for both. But I will say that the Snow Peak Gigapower is 10,000 BTUs apparently, or reportedly, and this one is also 10,000 BTUs. This is the Hi-Tec auto start. See if the camera can get it there. No, I have to be a certain. Anyway, you know what an auto starter does. Auto start, just like the Gigapower. It's a little heavier than. Now I will say, okay, my one thing about it is it's a little heavier than the Gigapower. Obviously, the Gigapower is lighter. This is a little heavier, but not a lot. Anyway, without further delay, I'm going to do a boil test. So this is actually, I had some oatmeal in here, and I scorched the bottom. So I'm gonna boil this water in my pot so I can clean the pot really easily. For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with the method of deglazing a pot, as in culinary terms, the best way to clean a pot basically is to just boil some water in the bottom of it. It's called deglazing a pot. So anyway, here we go. Turn it on. There's a flame. 10,000 BTUs, just like the Gigapower. And I've seen some reviews. Obviously, I'm gonna turn it up higher. See, okay, so I'm gonna get to this point right now. I've seen some reviews saying that their one complaint about the Gigapower is that the flame coverage is too small of an area. They say that that the Gigapower is kind of like just like one little hot spot in the middle of the pot, as opposed to covering an entire pan if you have like a bigger pan. And this one is actually a really wide flame area. See how it's going around the pot? Now that can be a disadvantage if you don't have a big pot, because you're wasting, if it's going around the pot, it's still heating it up really quickly, but I mean, some would say you might be dispersing some heat, unused heat there. Anyway, I have no complaints about it, and it's kind of an advantage that it does have a bigger flame area, and also, by the looks of it, compared to some of the Gigapower reviews, this has a better simmer control. If you want to cook really light heat for like cooking eggs or like doing all kinds of like culinary endeavors in the middle of the woods or camping, you can do that too. But there's it maxed. That's it fully open. So I'm going to leave this on, let it record for a boil test. See how long it takes. Give you a little shot of the flame there. So it's a pretty big flame coverage. There you go. Now I'm just going to leave this here and let it boil so it can be recorded. I've done a couple tests already, and my final time for boiling 16 ounces of water in my stainless steel cup, in my stainless steel pot, is 2 minutes 30 seconds, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So to be exact, it's about 2 minutes, and it's between 2 minutes and 30 seconds and 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It's about 2.5 minutes to boil 16 cups of water in my stainless steel pot. And speaking of which, we're boiling right now, and it's going to boil over. Wow, that never happened before. The water put the flame out. That's never happened before. Anyway, boiling water. And I want to turn it back on because when you deglaze, you want to simmer a little bit. So there you go. I'm going to let that simmer for a while and deglaze all the gunk out of the bottom. Okay, so if you guys are wondering about that deglazing, you scrape the bottom while it's boiling. If you have burned pot, never scrub a pot in your life after seeing this video. You boil a little bit of water in the bottom. You don't even have to have full boiling water, just like an inch of water in the bottom. Scrape it with wood, like a wooden spatula or bamboo spatula, or metal. You know, you're not supposed to really scrape metal to metal like for a long time, but there you go, deglazing. Yeah, and then eventually you can take the boiling water out of it and start scrubbing it with a steel wool, and it'll come right off. So kind of turned into a little cleaning lesson for a pot, but there you go. Useful information.